Bleeman into, the S Loud, especially from the stop checks. You got the stop checks, especially, S Loud, he be having a lot of, mainers things coming through, especially with his type of, style, his type of, ambitious. But you got what the just the stop checks. S Loud, S Loud coming into it, especially, all the other ones that have been checking out of him. He been just everlasting, like some evil type of stormy, cleverness, like thing coming through it. Cause a lot of his music and stuff, he got that he got that balance of an evil type of thing. But speaking of that, it's just how I make it seem, it's just so he just got a whole clever just to it, clever genius to it. But he got the stop checks and that's loud, mainly with his whole thing. But especially with this, I haven't even seen it yet. So, for me seeing this, I'm thinking it's gonna be some steamy type of one, some heaty.
Whip up the work, we causing a riot. I seen niggas lose the jewels and go quiet. I seen the way he rolled the spliff, it look like a diet. My niggas ain't on no diet, pick up the Mac and fly it, sky it. Ooh, there you go. First trying to stop the check. Niggas lose the jewels and go quiet. I seen the way he rolled the spliff, it look like a diet. My niggas ain't on no diet, pick up the Mac and fly it, sky it. Ooh, there I seen niggas lose the jewels and go quiet. I seen the way he rolled the spliff, it look like a diet. My niggas ain't on no diet, pick up the Mac and fly it, sky.
Ooh, I like that innocent one right there. He said, my guys, they on a Lipton diet, but no diet. We speaking of no diet, like, we ain't on no diet. Speaking of that, we ain't doing that other part, no diet. Like, ooh, that's a cliche one, clever one.
My niggas ain't on no diet, pick up the Mac and fly it, sky it.
Ooh, pick up the Mac and fly it, sky it.
Ooh, there you go. First trying to stop the check, dodging them stop checks. Honestly, I don't know if they all know. I ain't trying to stop and check. I thought I just saw him, I opened the lines, I had to stop and check. Who's that bell in the line? I had to stop and check. Who's running this rap game? Let me stop and check.
Ooh, who's running this rap game? Let me stop and check. Ooh, see, I like his whole, and and especially the thing too, this what I just caught, that's like some Matrix stuff. Like it's just the Matrix, like they say you living in the Matrix, but he said, who's the one in the rap game? Let me stop and check. Hey, that's some like the whole thing. It's just like he just putting it to a changer type of list.
Line, I had to stop and check. Who's running this rap game? Let me stop and check. And now I know if them racks came, but let me stop and check. I ain't getting bumped on no deal to my lawyer, stop and check. And I don't know if her tits real, but let me stop and check. I took a loss off the roads, but made it back on the stove. She bend her back when she blows, sink deep to the back of the throat. How many racks did when she blows, sink deep to the back of the throat. How many racks did he make off the phone? Tuesday can't speak on the phone. Dirty trap, you know we involved. Dirty cash, you know we involved. They gon' say they love me, I don't know if they do. I just deep to the drought, can only get two in the blues. I lose so much weight, I feel like I'm Terry Crews. Feds parked on the estate, watching her every move. That Kelly look top shelf, just up the price for it. Just give me the signal, I'll make that trade, I don't know about for it. I ain't always been up, I remember a time when I couldn't afford it. Told her keep her ass up, she heard I'm a star, now she tryna record it. It's been up.
Ooh, put it, hey, let them know too, especially about the foreigns and everything else, hey, like even the prophet, him, like you can tell, he has the whole prophet of everything. Cause look at the places he just desiring going places. Like he going to different places, doing it at different places, and the places that he be in too, it be looking insane, especially the places where he be going, like the places he be just all type of stuff shooting, different clever genders thing, especially, the designer and everything else. So, hey, he said he don't know about the foreigners, but it be foreigners, and his stand, like he be having a lot of things going on, like in his provinces and everything else. Like it just comes into a string.
I'll make that trade, I don't know about foreign. I know it's been up. I remember a time when I couldn't afford it. Told her keep her ass up. She heard I'm a star, now she tryna record it. Nearly quit the rap. I was sitting on the verge. The game can bring out the best in you or the worst. My nigga changed his life, now the pastor of the church. That's blessings for him, but for me it's a curse. Step through the door, it look like the Amazon. Parcel coming straight to the door, gonna deliver like Amazon. Walk on the stage, and the camera's on. My nigga need beige, I phone my plug to add it on. Hustle and repeat, I got my ears glued to the streets.
Ooh, I put it on repeat and I got my eyes on the street. Hey, like they say, keep your eyes open, keep that wisdom going. Like, hey, you doing those two twinnings, can't nothing coming past your way.
Glued to the streets. She come from the streets, I might give her back to the streets. Hustle and repeat, I got my ears glued to the streets. She come from the streets, I might give her back to the streets. We caught from the riot. I see niggas lose the jewels and go quiet. I feel the way you roll the spliff, it look like a diet. My niggas ain't on no diet, pick up the Mac and the fly it, sky it. Ooh, there you go. First tryna stop the check, dodging them stop checks. Honestly, I don't know if they on me. I ain't tryna stop and check. I thought I just saw them, I opened the lights, I had to stop and check. Who's that bell in the line? I had to stop and check. Who's running this rap game? Let me stop and check. And now I know if them racks came, but let me stop and check. I ain't getting bumped on no deal to my lawyer, stop and check. And I don't know if her tits real, but let me stop and check.
Bleaking in it with this one right here though, you got the loud, you got loud right here, with the stop the checks, but loud, just coming into this one like he just be putting in so much impeachment. But with the whole thing, you got stop the checks, loud, especially with loud, he be putting in all type of, stuff, stituaries, legacies and everything else. But especially with, the whole thing, coming through this right here, but mainly with everything else and the whole balance. And, he is clever in it, but with everything else, make sure you guys like, comment, everything else. And just with this.